Welcome all in class 18 on electromagnetic theory. So today in this class, first we will discuss about motion of charged particle in magnetic field. Then we will discuss about the force experienced by current carrying conductor in magnetic field. And finally we will discuss about the force between two current carrying conductors. So now let us suppose we have a magnetic field of strength B such that its direction is perpendicular to the plane of paper. A charge Q enters the magnetic field with linear velocity V. Whenever charge enters into magnetic field with velocity V, it experiences a force given by F is equal to Q V cross B, where Q is the strength of the charge, V is velocity of the charge, B is the strength of the magnetic field. The magnitude of force experienced by moving charge in magnetic field B is given by QVB sine of theta, where theta is angle between direction of motion of charge and direction of magnetic field B. The force experienced by charge can be found by using a right hand thumb rule, and as per the right hand thumb rule, if four fingers points in the direction of magnetic field, middle finger in the direction of current, then thumb will point in the direction of force experienced by the charge. So due to the force experienced by magnetic field, the velocity of charge will no longer remain linear. That is, it will not follow a straight line. Instead, due to the force experienced by magnetic field, the direction of motion of charge will become curved. And if the strength of the applied magnetic field is above the critical value, then it is might possible that the direction of motion of charge becomes curved and it finally follows a circular path. Now our aim is to calculate the relation between the cutoff magnetic field B and the radius of circular path R that is followed by charge. So in order to move in circular path, any particle needs a centripetal force whose magnitude is given by mv square by r. And in this case, this centripetal force is provided by the force due to magnetic field, which is equal to QVB sine of theta. And if we suppose that angle between magnetic field B and direction of motion of charge is 90 degree, then we can obtain that the maximum force experienced is QVB. From here we can calculate the relation between R and the applied magnetic field B, which is R is equal to mv by QB. So now the linear velocity is rate of change of distance in along a straight line is related to angular velocity omega, which is the rate of change of angle by the relation that V is equal to R omega. So the angular velocity by using V is equal to R omega and by using that R is equal to mv upon qb, we obtain that angular velocity omega is qb upon m. The angular velocity can also be specified as 2 pi by t, where t is the time period of revolution. So by using omega, which is qb by m, which is also equal to 2 pi by t, the period of revolution, that is time required to complete one revolution in a circular path, can be calculated by using that t is equal to 2 pi m by qb. So next is, let us suppose a conductor of length L carrying current I is placed in a magnetic field. Our aim is to calculate the force experienced by a conductor in magnetic field. We already know that the force on moving charge in magnetic field is given by QVB, where we have assumed that theta is 90 degree, so that sin 90 becomes 1. So the maximum force experienced by charge in magnetic field is given by QVB, where V is the velocity of the charge. Now in case of conductor, we can define velocity by the drift velocity, and drift velocity is calculated by using the expression which is equal to length of the conductor divided by time to cross the conductor of length L. So if we rearrange this equation, it can be written as L length Q by T multiplied by B. So Q by T, which is rate of change of charge, is current I. So the force experienced by current carrying conductor in magnetic field is given by IL cross B. So now let us suppose we have two conductors. The two conductors are carrying currents and they are separated by distance d, small d. So let us suppose conductor 1 carries current I1 and conductor 2 carries current I2. So whenever there flows a current into the conductor, it generates a magnetic field. So here one conductor carrying current is placed in magnetic field due to the magnetic field produced due to current flowing in second conductor. So there will be force between these two conductors due to the existence of magnetic fields. So we have to basically calculate that what is the force experienced by conductor 1 when there flows current I2 in conductor 2. So we can use Boyd-Savart law in order to calculate the magnetic field produced due to the current carrying in a conductor and the expression of magnetic field by using Boyd-Savart law, that magnetic field due to current carrying conductor in which current I is flowing and magnetic field at distance, radial distance small r is B is equal to mu naught I by 2 pi r. So let us suppose we have to calculate the force on conductor 2 due to current flowing in conductor 1. So whenever there flows current in conductor 1, it generates a magnetic field whose strength is B is equal to mu naught I1 divided by 2 pi d. So the force which is equal to ILB, so force on conductor 2 in which current flowing is I2 is given by I2LB due to current flowing I1 in conductor 1, which is mu naught I1 by 2 pi d. So ultimately the expression of force on conductor 2 due to current flowing in conductor 1 is I2L mu naught I1 upon 2 pi d, or force per unit length of conductor 2 is mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi d. Similarly, the force on conductor 1 due to current flowing in conductor 2 is given by current in conductor 1, which is equal to I1 L, and magnetic field produced due to conductor 2, which is here is B2, and again we know that B2 will be equal to mu naught I2 upon 2 pi d. So ultimately we obtain that the force on conductor 1 due to current flowing in conductor 2 per unit length of conductor 1 is mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi d. So these were the expressions of the force between two current carrying conductors. So this was all that we want to discuss in this class. Thank you.